Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka and today we will talk about microscope. Firstly, let us talk about some terms and definitions. Let's talk about the principle. Microscopy is to get a magnified image in which structure may be resolved which could not be resolved with the help of an unaided eye. Next we have magnification. It is the ratio of the size of an object seen under microscope to the actual size absorbed with unaided eyes. The total magnification of microscope is calculated by multiplying the magnification power of objective lens by that of eyepiece. Next we have resolving power. It is the ability to differentiate two close point as separate. The resolving power of human eye is about 0.25 mm. The light microscope can separate dots that are 0.25 micrometer apart. The electron microscope can separate dots that are zero point 0.5 nanometers apart. Next we have limit of resolution. It is the minimum distance between 2 points to identify them separately. It is calculated by Abbe equation. Resolving power Rp is equal to wavelength of light in nanometers divided by 2 into numerical aperture of objective lens. Limit of resolution is inversely proportional to the power or resolution. So that means if the wavelength is shorter, then the resolving resolution will be greater. Next we have working distance. It is the distance between the objective and the objective slide. The working distance decreased with increased magnification. Next we have numerical aperture, denoted as NA. The numerical aperture of the lens is the ratio of the diameter of the lens to its focal length. Na of the length is an index of the resolving power. Na, that is numerical aperture, can be decreased by decreasing the amount of the light that passes through the lens. Now let us talk about some historical background of light microscope. In 1990, F.H. Jennison and Z. Jennison constructed the first simple compound light microscope. In 1965, Robert Hooke developed the first laboratory compound microscope. Later, Kepler and Galileo developed the modern classroom microscope. In 1672, Antony D. Van Hook developed the first simple microscope with the magnification of around 200x to 300x. He is also called as the father of microscope. The term microscope was coined by Feder in 1623. So here we have a light microscope. You can see the different part of it, starting from the light intensity controller, above which we have field diaphragm lever, uh, base with the light source, then aperture diaphragm controller, substage condenser, mechanical stage, above which we have objective lens. We have here four objective lens, nose piece, body of our microscope, ocular lenses, that is our eyepiece. On a right hand side we have arm, core focus adjustment knobs, fine focus adjustment knob, and stage adjustment knob. Talking about the different parts of the light microscope, Illuminator, this is the light source located below the specimen. Condenser, focus the ray of the light through the specimen. Next we have stage. The fixed stage is a horizontal platform that holds the specimen. Above which we have objective, that the lens that is directly above the stage. Uh, After that we have nose piece, the portion of the body that holds objective is over the stage. Then we have diaphragm, regulates the amount of the light into the condenser. Base support the microscope, which is horseshoe shaped. Core, focusing knobs used to make relative wide focusing adjustment to the microscope. Then we have fine focusing knobs used to make relatively small adjustment to the microscope. Next is the body, the microscope body, ocular eyepieces, lens on the top of the body tube. It has a magnification of 10x normal vision. Here let us talk about the objectives like properties, then low power, high power, and with oil emulsion. Magnification of objective with low power 10x, high power at 40 to 45x, with oil emulsion it be around 90 to 100x. Magnification of eyepieces remain the constant, that is 10x. Total magnification will be at low power 100x, at high power would be 450 to 450x, then with oil emulsion it be around 900 to 1000x. Talking about the numerical aperture, it be lie between 0.25 to 0.30 at low power, 0.55 to 0.65 at high power, and with oil emulsion it be around 1.25 to 1.4. Mirror use, concave mirrors. With oil emulsion we can use plain mirror also. Focal length will be approximately 16 mm with low power. With high power it be around 4 mm, and with oil emulsion it be around 1.8 to 2 mm. Next we have the working distance. Working distance with low power will be around 4 to 8 mm, with high power 0.5 to 0.7 mm, with oil emulsion it be around 0.1 mm. Straight diaphragms will be partially closed with low power. With high power it's again partially opened, with oil emulsion fully opened. Position of the condenser, uh, with low power, low. So these are the different bacillus cocci under light microscope. So next we have dark field microscope. A, a bright field microscope can be adapted as a dark field microscope by adding a special disc called a stop to the condenser. The stop blocks all the light from entering the objective lens except peripheral light that is reflected off the sides of the specimen itself. The resulting image is a brightly illuminated specimen surrounded by a dark black field. Talking about the use of these type of the microscope, this microscope is used to study the spirochetes in the exudate forms leptospiral or syphilitic infections. Syphilitic infections. Next we have phase contrast microscope. In 1935, F. Zernick produced the phase contrast microscope. Phase contrast microscope is also called as Zernick microscope. Phase contrast microscope use a special condenser and objective lenses. These condenser lens on the light microscope split a light beam and throws the light rays slightly out of phase. The separated beam of the light then passes through and around the specimen, and the small difference in the refractive index within the specimen shows up a different degree of brightness and contrast. Talking about the use, phase contrast microscope is especially used for studying the microbial motility, studying eukaryotic cell determining the shape of the living cells, and detecting the bacterial components such as endospore, elution bodies that contain the polyhydroxy hydroxyketonates, that is polyhydroxybuterates, phosphates, sulfur, or other substances. So these are the different phase contrast microscope. Next we have fluorescence microscopy. In this fluorescence microscopy, different from the ordinary bright field microscopy in several aspects. It utilizes a powerful mercury vapor arc lamp for its light source. The dark field condenser is usually used in place of the conventional Abbe bright field condenser. It employs three sets of filters to alter the light that passes up through the instrument to the eye. Microbiological specimen that is to be studied must be coated with special compounds that possess the quality of fluorescence. Such compounds are called as fluorochromes. We have different acridine orange fluorescence as well as well known as fluorochromes. Here we have some enlisted example of fluorochromes with their uses. Acridine oranges used in staining DNA and fluorescence orange, then diamino 2-phenol indole, that is DAPI, stains DNA fluorescent green, and then fluorescence isothiocyanide, that is FITC, often attached to the antibody that binds and specific cellular components or to DNA probes. So these are just some examples. Then we have tetramethylene, uh, rhodamine, isothiocyanide, that is TRICT, then or rhodamine, often attached to the antibodies that binds specific cellular components. Talking about the uses, it is used to study the substances like chlorophyll, riboflavins, vitamin A, collagen, which have the property of autofluorescence. Some cellular components like cellulose, starch, glycogen, protein, and Y chromosome can be made visualized under this microscope by staining them with fluorochromes. It is used to identify Y chromosome to determine sex, determination of microbial cells in the infected tissue, and to study the structure of protein. As you can see in this figure, mercury vapor arc lamp are used, and further we have excited filters that further focus your light way. Then we have a slit, then above, then the light is directed towards the dark field condenser, and above which a fluorochrome is placed, and then further we have a barrier filter, and above all is the eyepiece. So these are some results of fluorescence. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.